Good morning, guys, and welcome back to another daily tips and predictions video. Just before we start, I want to let you know that I'm currently running a giveaway on my Twitter. So if you haven't, make sure you enter. We'll leave a link to my Twitter down below in the description. So yeah, make sure you enter. But for today, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so as you can see on your screens, guys, we got 9 games that are selected for today, and I feel like we got some absolute bankers in here. So the first game that I want to start off is the Sheffield United vs Brom game, and this game here is vital for both teams to win. The headsets I don't say much to us, but you can see it. But obviously, if West Brom when they go above Fulham, even though they have played few more matches, obviously for Sheffield United, it's a must-win game to actually close the gap and try and get to as close to Brighton as possible. However, you can't really see anything distinctive to who's gonna win. So what we're gonna do here is we're actually going for a card bet. As you can see, there's been quite a few books in the previous game, and so because this game is very important for both teams to win, I think that's pretty straightforward. So for this game, we're gonna go with over 0 cards for each team. The odds are not too bad actually. So if you combine that with an accumulator with 3 or 4 other selections, that would be pretty good. So yeah, that's the bet for this game. Now for Wolves v Arsenal, we got a very similar game as well. We're gonna go with Arsenal to draw or win. As you can see here, then it's been a bit that some of the players from Arsenal might actually play. They've moved on to questionable. Obviously, Arsenal have been on a really good run. They've been climbing up the table, whereas Wolves haven't been doing great. They're in no win in the last 5 games, whereas Arsenal have been doing pretty decent, I would just say. Also, when we look at the head-to-head stats, you can see that it hasn't been the most cleanest games as well, with 3 bookings coming in here and 4 here. So this one, as I said, we're going to go with Arsenal to win or draw and 0 cards for each team. Now for the next game, I'm looking to the Man United with Southampton, and this one will be straightforward. If we just look to the head-to-head stats, you can see that all goals both teams have scored, and it goes back to 2017 when both teams haven't scored. So for this one, straightforward. Man United v Southampton, both teams to score. That's the bet for that game. And then the last game of Premier League is Newcastle v Everton. Newcastle v Crystal Palace. And once again, obviously, Newcastle have stepped up. They won their last game 2-0, I believe, against Everton. Obviously, Crystal Palace haven't been doing too bad themselves, but their head-to-head stats don't tell us much, actually. They tell us the opposite of what we want and what we want to achieve, which is both teams to score. But I feel like this really is a game where Newcastle's luck have turned, and Crystal Palace do need to get some points just to solidify their position from the relegation drop zone, because they were only about 5 points from being 17th, and they really don't want to be there because then they got Fulham on their backs. So yeah, I feel like this one, if you're not too sure about it, don't do it. But for this one, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go with both teams to score for this game. Now, the next game we have is Inter v Juventus, and this is a quarter-final in the Coppa Italia. And what we can tell from the headset, that there's been goals. It's not really clear who's going to be the winner. Obviously, both teams have been in a really good form. So I think what we're going to do with this one is we're going to go with both teams to get at least 1 yellow card. If the odds are not good enough, you can bump it up to both teams to get 2 yellow cards or 1 yellow card each, but 3 yellow cards in the game. So yeah, I think the most sensible thing for this game would be to go with a card bet here. So yeah, that's the bet for the Juventus Inter Milan game. Then next we got a Portuguese league game between Gil Vicente and Ferreira. And if you look at the standings, you can see one team is trying to compete in Europa, the other team is trying to get off relegation battle. And if you look at the head-to-head stats, it doesn't really tell us much. Draw here, and then Gil, and another draw. So I feel like for this one, pretty straightforward. We're going to have a double chance on Ferreira to either win or draw. I feel like that's the most sensible, and the odds for that is actually not too bad. Obviously, if you want to bump up to the high odds, you can always go with draw no bet, which means that if Ferreira win, you get better odds, but if they draw, you get your money back. So it's whatever you're more comfortable with. Now the next game we got is Coppa del Rey. This one's straightforward. Not much to get into. It's gonna be Sevilla to qualify. The odds are not great, but if you wanna chuck into your accumulator to bump up the odds or to round them up, I would recommend doing that, because Sevilla should be a clear winner in that one. But what I would say is I would go with Sevilla to qualify, just to avoid any cut upsets, as teams do like to drag it up to the 90th minute and then they like to concede 2 goals in the first 3 minutes of extra time. So yeah, I would always play safe and go with Sevilla to qualify instead of a win. But yeah, that's it for that. And then the last 2 games I'm looking into is that in the Turkish Super League, which between us Fenerbahce. This one's straightforward. Fenerbahce are currently top of the league. Good run of form. They signed Ozil. They're happy. The head-to-head doesn't say much, but you can see here both teams have been on a quite a decent run. So you could go with Fenerbahce to win, but because they're away, I've just had to go with double chance. Obviously, as I said earlier, you can always go with draw no bet to bump up them odds. And then last but not least, I've done the same thing for the Galatasaray game. I went with Galatasaray draw or win, double chance. As you can see from the stats, also Basak here haven't been in the best form, and the head-to-head stats don't give a clear visual as well of what's going to happen. So you see the win here. So yeah, I feel like stay away from betting on either teams apart unless you're doing a double chance or draw no bet. But yeah, now let's get straight into the bet slip. So as you can see on the screen, that's the bet slip for today. You can see the Sheffield versus Brom game. The odds are not too bad. This one here for Arsenal Wolves, the odds are pretty good. I'm surprised at how high the odds are for both teams on the Man United Southampton game. Also, this is the game that you should be, only do this game if you're comfortable. And then the last 5 bets here, they pretty much are accumulator boosters, as I like to call them. They're not really going to bring you loads of money, but if you check them in together, they do have a nice little, let's see, if you take out the main ones here, they will provide you with a nice 3.32, so a £10 bet on that, which is only £33, which is not too bad of a bet, to be fair. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate the support in the previous videos. Make sure to enter the giveaway on my Twitter. I will leave the link to it in my description. But yeah, that's it. Subscribe if you're new here. I'll see you later on for another upload. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.